is all of these services that you're seeing right now. These are services that you have, want, and need. You have them, you want them, but these are the services that you have to use just to live your day-to-day life. Services such as wireless for cell phones, high-speed internet, TV, energy, even healthcare. And if you look at some of the logos that are right there, those are companies that you're already familiar with that we have a chance to give great incentives, great promotional deals. But if you look at the bottom, this is what made an impact in my life. Because earlier, when I was sharing that I had a family member diagnosed with a stage 4 brain cancer, you see where it says impact health sharing. We're on a crusade right now that's disrupting the entire healthcare sector. Because, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I can share with you is because of technology, it changes the way we do business. Who remembers Blockbuster just by a show of hands? Blockbuster, now we have something called Netflix. Airbnb took over hotel industry, Uber took over the taxi business, Amazon, everyone's on Prime, one click buy. Next thing you know, it could even be at your door the same day. And the same thing, because of decentralized technology, that is what impact health sharing is doing. And to give you the difference between what is the difference between traditional insurance versus impact health sharing. You have high monthly premiums. Myself, compared to Impact, just with Blue Cross Blue Shield, I was spending over $600 a month and now over $400 in savings myself. Now, with high deductibles per family member, Impact, just your primary responsibility amount, or also known as PRA, it can be as low as $2,500 per household. There's no network, so you're not stuck, going to one specific facility or physician. You could choose the one you're comfortable with, and there's lower prescription pricing, lower co-pays, co-shares. But one thing I really love, because I was recently in an accident over back last year in December, but the 24/7 telehealth that actually is on the house. So there's no additional cost. And what's amazing about Impact is that they don't discriminate. For those that may not have a social and they have an ITIN number, you can, if you're from Mexico, Guatemala, or even Canada, they can still get coverage through Impact. And also there's mental health coverage with more coming. But also with ACN, Project Feeding Kids is actually our nonprofit foundation where every time someone signs up for one of our services, they feed a hungry child. And every month they're paying their bills, they still feed a hungry child. And the last decade plus that we've been doing this foundation, we fed millions of kids already. Now, who's here ready to talk about the money? For those that are here for the money, say I'm ready. Here's what's amazing about ACN. There's 4 ways that we get paid, and this is what caught my attention. Because you heard Ms. Wayanka say that, I have multiple businesses, and for those that either own a business or maybe you're very high up in executive management, or for those that work a job, the reality is that for me, when I was working my 3 jobs, I was paid an hourly wage. If I worked for 1 hour, I got paid for that 1 hour. But if I stopped working, I didn't get paid. I liked ACN. They didn't cap me on how much money I could make in my spare time. Why? Because keep in mind, I don't have to sell these services. I have these services myself. Just in my household alone, 5 services I got myself personally, already you see you can earn $200. But at the bottom, for every 3 services that you get, you earn an additional $200. These bonuses are paid weekly and there's no cap or no quotas. But what I also like about ACN is not just the great front end, but the back end on the residual income, meaning I only signed up for the service once, but I'm also getting paid off of the bill itself. And with ACN on the billing that already on that service, you can earn up to 20%. So just imagine the possibilities that outside yourself, but do you know, for those that are seeing right now, do you know other people that use electricity, cell phone? Some of them are on their cell phones right now. Here's the reality is that we're addicted to these services just to live our life. But what's also amazing? You don't have to be the best, because for myself, I was a bit of an introvert as an engineering major in college. I didn't know a bunch of people that had a bunch of services. But the thing is, I knew other people that paid these services that could go out there and get more customers than myself, that were more outspoken, that also had bigger network than me. And even when you're referring them to do the business with you, they can get services as well. And while you're helping them get customers, sign up more services, you can earn up to 4% on your total team as you're getting customers together. But what's more amazing about ACN is that as you're helping your team get customers, you get paid upfront bonus money as well as you're helping your team. Never once at a job did I ever have anybody help me, either any of my businesses or even when I was working any of my hourly wage jobs. From CQ, if you look at the bottom, from CQ all the way to SVP, the reality is that the computer promotes you. You don't have to suck up to a boss. You don't have to, of course, play politics or any of that. And by the way, this is not to knock anybody's job or anybody's business, but I needed to find a better way because I needed to bring my family members back home. And what I love about our system that's been proven for over 30 years, all you have to do is attend and stay for training and make sure that you're following what the support team will do. And I actually have an individual that I want to bring up who, oh, by the way, excuse me, see, anyone can do this. But here's why I get excited about ACN is that, ladies and gentlemen, it's only $299 just to start your own ACN online business where you have a chance to now have all these services that in all the great companies, that some of them publicly traded companies, and you give these great promotional deals. You see where it says your overhead is only $25 per month. Just one of my press releases during the pandemic was over $2,500 just for 2 hours on the front page. Compare 25 bucks a month and just on marketing for 2 hours. For some people, you're just to incorporate your own business in the state of Texas. It's more than $299. But what I love about ACN is that you get a personalized online website where all you have to do is direct people to your online store and just assist them in becoming the customer. Let ACN take care of all the headache where they provide the training and marketing materials. The business and tracking and your entire CRM is taken care of through Salesforce, IBO and customer support, and there's loyalty rewards and exclusive savings and rebates for ACN perks. But we're in business for yourself, never by yourself. And what I'm going to do now is actually bring up an individual who's actually been killing it, crushing it. But what she's doing is she attended training, she's following the system, and she has a chance now to share her testimonial, brief testimonial on how she was able to accomplish all of her achievements within the opportunity. So can everyone please give a round of applause to Miss Faustina Biden?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Yes, my name is Faustina Biden, and I live in the Dallas area. I've been in ACN just for a short while. I'm an underwriter by profession. I've been in banking for several years, but all my success, and when I say that, what I mean is I do get paid when 142 people pay their bills every month. And I could not have achieved this without the training and support that I received from ACN. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. See, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, there's one key thing. All she said was she attended training, followed the system. That's it. For any business that's doing success, one thing my mentors taught me is that if it makes sense, it makes dollars. And the gentleman that I'm going to bring up right now is a gentleman that isn't just a leader at ACN. That's an understatement. This gentleman I have so much respect for that he's even a minister to me, but people literally beg for this gentleman's time all around the world. And I would not be where I am had it not been for this gentleman in my life. And he's going to teach you how to make the money. And by a show of hands, how many people here want to hear about how to make the money? Then can everyone please give a round of applause to the digital stage for top producing regional vice president who will be platinum this year, Mr. Jonathan Thomas.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Taylor. And guys, could we give Mr. Daryl Taylor and Miss Charlene for opening up the call and, did an incredible job explaining what we do. I'm excited, man. I want to get started all over again. Just listen to your presentation. It was just so simple. And I just love what we do. We get paid when people pay bills. That's as simple as it is. So thank you, Daryl. You heard from somebody, guys, who has seen success in business outside of ACN. Take a look at this business, and he's just seen so much success at a short period of time. And I'm just very grateful for your leadership and all that you do, Daryl. So thank you so much. And guys, my part is very simple. I'm going to share the money, but yes, he said I'm a regional vice president, but prior to this amazing opportunity, what I did was I was in traditional business. I was also in insurance. I had an insurance job years and years ago. Feels like years and years ago. But when I saw this amazing opportunity, guys, it made so much sense. I got started. I followed a simple system. And now when over 10,000 customers pay a bill, whether I work or not, I receive a check. And that's really all due to the system and the training you guys are going to get tonight. And guys, this business is super simple. I love it because I always say this, and people get tired of me saying it, but I believe a 5-year-old can talk about this business, teach this business, and share the opportunity. That's how simple this business is. Now, when we talk about the training, guys, just understand you want to take notes and you want to take pictures. We're going to go a little bit fast, but just understand this is the basics, okay? The basic training. And I'm a little excited because it's the month of April. Some of you have some goals. We're second quarter. It's time to make an impact. It's time to make a difference. And I love talking about the compensation plan. See, today we're going to talk about the basics. And if you learn it, it will motivate you. Now, the first thing I want to tell everyone about the compensation plan is that money is only generated when customers are acquired. So it doesn't matter if someone says, well, it sounds like one of those things where you just recruit a bunch of people. Ladies and gentlemen, you recruit 100 people and there are no services, there is no revenue. There's no feeding hungry children. So understand that it's about getting customers, just like any business. Now, when you get started today, for the new people that are on this call, your first goal, write this down. Your first goal is to become customer qualified. Somebody put that in the chat. Customer qualified. That is the first goal you must achieve when you enroll into the business. Now it's 5 services and 10 points. And ladies and gentlemen, you'll make $200 right away. Now, why do you want to get this done? Well, you want to knock out your first promotion and your first payout. That's number 1. You want to be eligible to earn residual income. That's number 2. And then you want to graduate to Friday Night Leadership. Write down that Friday Night Leadership. That is where we're going to pull back everything in this business and how to see success. Now, let's talk about the points because you guys heard points. Now, take a picture of this. I want you guys to understand that there's point values to every service, but understand that these are the 6 most lucrative services. So make sure you make note of those. We're going to talk about these in the customer acquisition training. So take a picture of this and that'll help you. Everybody got it? All right, perfect. Now, when you are customer qualified, now you're eligible to make money. And there's 2 ways that we make money. The first way is residual income. That's monthly recurring income on customers you get yourself and that your team acquires. You're able to make monthly reoccurring income. Now, the second way we make money is customer acquisition bonuses through services you acquire yourself and services that your team acquires. You're able to make upfront bonus that are paid weekly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is your business plan. You just go from left to right. Customer qualified to senior vice president platinum, and you want to understand, write this down. You want to set up a goal, a plan to hit regional director. Now, regional director is a pinnacle position, but just understand there's going to be more details about that on Friday Night Leadership. You got to come to Friday night and you need to get customer qualified to be able to attend Friday Night Leadership. So we'll talk about that more. But today, the first thing we talk about is customer qualified. It is the most important position. So as you get started today, talk to your leader, talk to your mentor and say, how do I get customer qualified ASAP? Okay. And listen to the customer acquisition training because they're going to go over this. Now, when you become customer qualified, remember you don't just stop there. You can get more services and earn more money. And these bonuses are paid out weekly, ladies and gentlemen. So you can make as much money as you want. You don't, like Daryl said, you don't have to suck up to a boss. You don't have to wait for the end of the year to get a raise that may be 75 cents. Yeah, let's move on. Executive team leader. As executive team leader, this is the next position. That's just 30 points between yourself and your team. But look, you also make bonuses when you help someone become what? Customer qualified. Does everybody see why customer qualified is the most important position? So when someone gets customer qualified as an executive team leader, ladies and gentlemen, you help 10 people make money. You just made $500 extra. And guess what? When you get started today and you do this in your first 30 days, they're going to give you an extra $500 on top of that. Okay. So get executive team leader done in your first 30 days. you know, your leaders are going to show you how to do it. Now let's talk about the next position, regional coordinator. This is an amazing position. It's 200 points. Now it's not by yourself, and we're going to teach you how to do this. This is with you and a team, but with regional coordinator, guys, as you help people become customer qualified, everyone pay attention to that jump. $150 for helping someone make money. When you do that, let's do an example. Let's say you help 20 people in a calendar month get customer qualified. They make money. Ladies and gentlemen, that's an extra $3,000. And that is on top of even the residual income that's coming in. So I love the fact that you can earn upfront money and bonuses. Now, hold your horses because regional coordinator is an incredible position. But for people who are getting started tonight, you got more money on the table. Because if you hit regional coordinator in your first 90 days, ladies and gentlemen, that's an extra $1,000 that they're going to throw in just part-time, spare time. I'm excited because ACN then lost their mind. Okay. This is going to be the summer of cash. Second quarter is going to be something else. But understand that residual income takes time. No one on this call should tell you you're getting rich quick. In fact, if someone tells you that getting rich quick now, that you're going to get rich quick, report them to the principal immediately. Report them to the principal. Tell me if they tell you you're going to get rich quick, because I'm going to tell them, get off this call, because there is no business out there where you're going to get rich quick. That's legal. Let me make that distinction. A legal business. Okay. So guys, I'm excited because we're going to teach you. I hope you learned about the compensation plan. But remember, just get customer qualified. That's the first thing you want to do. But to teach you how to do that, we have somebody that I have so much respect for. He's a regional director in this amazing opportunity. He's a realtor. He's a family man. I just love him to death. He's an incredible individual, incredible leader. And that's none other than regional director, Mr. Marshall Stewart. Mr. Marshall, call is all yours, brother.
Hey, wow, what a tremendous training. Let's keep that applause going for Regional Vice President, Mr. Jonathan Thomas. Amazing, amazing to learn from one of the best in this industry about how to get paid. So thank you for your leadership, guys, Mr. Thomas. And guys, it's so good to see all of your beautiful faces shining through the camera. As Mr. Thomas said, my name is Marshall. I'm here in the Houston marketplace. I am in the real estate space and, husband, father, man of faith, all those things. But for me, when I first saw this business, I looked at it as someone who was just tired of being laid off, someone who was tired of having the economy dictate how much I could earn or whether I was even going to be employed in a season. So I was just tired of having the rug pulled out from underneath me. Anybody else realize maybe it's time for a plan B in seasons like we're in, right? So that was me when I first saw this. And thankfully, a friend of mine showed me this opportunity. It made perfect sense. And in the few hours that I had available, I just was able to go to work utilizing the system that we have here, learning from the leaders like you're hearing from tonight. And it turned into hundreds of business partners and thousands of customers, part-time, spare time, because of the system that you guys are seeing here. So what we're going to do is, now that you understand how some of the money works and your first goal is to get customer qualified, we're going to talk about how to be able to get customers just in general, right? So we want to get you in a position to start making money today. And when we all get started, we're all going to start with a website with 0 customers, 0 partners, every single one of us. So my question is, mentor, where do the customers come from? What we had to learn in the beginning is, those of us that are getting started today, the first customer you want to acquire is yourself. That was me. I acquired myself as a customer first and foremost, and then we're going to show you how to have a grand opening. And some people who aren't ready to join you on this journey yet in this business, they oftentimes become your customer. And we're going to go talk about that here this evening. But what's important is, for me, I came from an employee background. Okay, so I didn't understand how to think like a business owner initially. I had to learn from business owners and mentors who were free, like Mr. Thomas and people like Mr. Taylor. I learned from them. And so as I learned, becoming my own customer was important because it built belief in the service. It helped me get promoted very quickly. I learned the sign-up process, so I didn't have to call up Miss Faustina and say, hey, How do I set up an impact customer? How do I go through this process? No, I did it myself, so I can then walk somebody else through the process as well. And then came the most obvious no duh situation of them all, which was getting paid on my own services. My mentor said, Marshall, do you want to go from paying AT&T to AT&T paying you? That wasn't an argument, guys. I didn't debate that. I got set up right away. If they're going to pay me, if I'm going to pay myself for being my own customer, and even better than that, I was able to share my experience rather than trying to convince other people to become customers. Because here's what happened. You know, as I started talking to people about this business, they started asking me questions about how the services work. And I was able to be in a position when they said, do you have it? Well, yeah, I have Zoom Energy. Yeah, I have ID Seal. Absolutely, I have Vivint. I have Impact, and it's incredible. The service works great. It's the same thing that I've been using and used to, you know, and it's a better value, better price, or same exact thing I've been using, right? And the features and benefits, best in class. You know, it's just like some of the world-class companies we've always worked with. Same exact thing. Except now I'm getting paid on it, right? So when people are ready to get started and sign up, because I was my own customer, like I said, I knew the process and could walk them through the steps. It wasn't something that I had to, you know, hope that somebody else would try the service and let me know how it worked. No, I was able to share it instead of having to convince them and sell them. And even better than that, guys, aside from just getting paid residually every month, which is beautiful, ACN will actually reward you with free services here, whether you sign up 12 energy customers and get your energy services free. You get identity and device protection for free as well, cell phone service for free. The more customers that you get, you're going to start realizing you're qualifying for free services. So if you're one of those people that gets free services here, put it in the chat what you have for free. Free electricity, free cell phone, free identity and device protection service, right? Let people know that it's weird to pay bills here with ACN, right? They cover it for us. So some of the services that are actually in the works and coming soon, we're excited to say business services right now are leading the pack for ACN, and there's a new one coming called Intermedia Cloud Communications, where they're going to be able to help set up businesses with all of the latest technology for their phone services, video conferencing, you know, just putting everything together, their files through a cloud-based system, which is phenomenal. And we're going to have the opportunity to help businesses from the smallest, you know, operations all the way up to large business, you know, big business services. So, excuse me, we're going to be able to offer this very, very soon as it's getting launched with us. And then even more exciting than that, ADP is going to be our partner, which most of us already know who that is. What we get a chance to do is help business owners, help them with their payroll and HR solutions, and we get paid residuals for life. But what gives us the upper advantage with ADP is we can guarantee a 40% savings through our exclusive partnership with ACN versus if they go directly to ADP. So would you agree that's a winning advantage already, just to be able to offer to business owners? Again, it's phenomenal what this company is able to do here. But, Zoom Energy, our electricity and natural gas partner, is offering an additional bonus. So on top of all the bonus money that JT covered, they're going to pay us an additional $200 to $300 for every, customer that we get, or every 6 customers, that we get for electricity or natural gas. It's incredible what's available here. So take a picture or a screenshot and go over this this particular opportunity with your leader so you can know how much money you want to maximize at this time. So that's exciting as well, guys. But what has us the most fired up is because we're making such a big difference, or an impact, if you will, with our healthcare program. One that works better, feels better than insurance. And why we're so passionate about it is because we can help everyday people like ourselves, as well as business owners. And we're talking, big time, people in their particular space, have some growth and success and save some tremendous money on their healthcare services. So I'm going to play a quick video. And I want you guys to hear from a gentleman that has, a significant business in the aerospace industry. And I want you to hear his testimony on what Impact was able to do for him. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, I've been in the aerospace industry going on 40 years. We have 130 employees between 2 facilities, one here in Connecticut, one in Fort Worth, Texas. We currently are offering Impact as an option to our standard insurance offering with Cigna. And we have 9 employees that have taken advantage of that so far. Others are very interested. And just with those 9 employees, we're saving $7,000 a month over what it would have cost us with Cigna. Not only that, but this past year, our renewal with Cigna was over $1 million. And we got a quote from Impact. And if all of our employees switch to Impact, that cost would be $360,000. So I don't know if they're all going to switch, but that number looked pretty enticing to me. On top of the things that Craig said about the great service and member-centric approach that Impact has, it's been a great thing. I love introducing this to other business owners because they can take advantage of the savings, they can take advantage of the residuals, and give back more to their employees.
Man, I hope you guys got a chance to hear that. He went from a quote of $1 million for his entire business down to $360,000. That's not only unbelievable savings, but the fact that that residual is also coming back to his own pocket for setting up services. That's what gets us fired up, is that this is the service that we've been able to see the most dramatic impact, savings and compensation at the same exact time of offering just best in class coverage, right? So what's important is all of us, as you're getting started, we need to get accredited so we can offer this and start talking to it. So get with your leader. It takes 20 minutes and it's an open book test, and your leader is going to be that book. Once you get accredited, from here, we're going to talk about the ways you can approach people and some of the ways that you can make it as simple as, are you open to getting a free quote on your healthcare cost? Something that simple can help you be able to just get people's mind going. And it's not a hard conversation for people, because would you believe that this is one of the biggest pain points for most of the United States right now? Cost of healthcare is something that, is a leading reason for bankruptcies and all kinds of things. So when you ask that question, don't be afraid to have, that confidence, because we have a miracle to be able to offer them. If they want to know what it costs, we're just going to go through our storefront. We're going to get the date of birth of the oldest family member. And if they're ready to rock and roll, we're going to enroll them right away. And here's what's great about it. All of us, who are serious about this business and we want to make sure we're going to have impact ourselves, we'll know how to sign them up because we did ourselves, just like many of the leaders here on the line, right? So if they have questions, though, what we're going to do is we have a team of impact representatives that will be able to help answer any questions that are available or that your prospects are going to have. And then when they're ready to sign up, we'll be able to walk them through the steps. Now, one great thing about this program, guys, that I learned is, as I studied it, I realized not only is there great coverage, unbelievable, opportunities with prescription medication, free televisits, that sort of thing. But we even have the ability to, how do I want to say it? We have confidence to know that Impact has our back. What happens is every bill that's submitted to the Impact team, whenever we go to the doctor, they're going to actually reduce every single bill, and it's an average of 72% of a reduction. Here's an example, guys, where you're going to see a bill that was charged for $36,000, that the doctor or provider had submitted to Impact. Impact was actually able to cross-reference it and say, absolutely not. We're not paying $36,000. We're looking at actually about $9,000, because that's fair market pricing, whenever we research this particular, item that is being submitted to us. So that's a $27,000 savings. And most doctors or most providers accept it right away because they understand, yeah, that is what's fair market. And we understand that this is something that we need to go ahead and move forward with. And the member only had to pay $1,000 of that. So would you agree that that's a huge, huge spread compared to $36,000 that was billed? So that's what's phenomenal. It gives you a lot of confidence to know that we have a great partner in Impact Health Sharing. Okay, so all these services are great. How do we get these customers? You know, we talked about being your own customer, but what about everybody else? What about people that we want to approach and not be so salesy? Because that was me. I wanted to be that guy that had the hookup for DirecTV. I had the plug for Vivint. I had all these things. And when I tried to be that cool, salesy, cheesy guy, you know, that sleazy car salesman kind of approach, guess how many customers I got trying to be the guy with the hookup? Zero. Other than myself, right? It wasn't until I learned how to be genuine and authentic to be able to get customers in large scales. And here's an example of what we use. These are magic words that changed everything for my business. And those words are favor, why, help, support. So what I want to do is I want you guys to hear how this conversation can roll very, very smoothly whenever you actually utilize language that is genuine, that is authentic, and you make it your own. You take a script like this, follow this kind of example and template, and make it your own. And you're going to hear how it becomes so much more genuine rather than salesy. Excuse me. So I want to actually invite Miss Jessica Vargas. If you're in a position to do so, I would love to have you come and join us here for just a second and just role play with me. Are you in a position to do that?
Yes, sir, I am.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So Jessica is a friend of mine, right? In this business, but even in like real life, if I were to call her as a friend, this is what I would say to her. Jessica, hey, how are you?
Hey, Marshall, I'm doing well. How's it going with real estate?
Oh, you know how it is right now. It's kind of crazy with everything, all the changes and interest rates, et cetera, et cetera. And so, in fact, that's one of the reasons I'm giving you a call is I wanted to see if you could do me a huge personal favor.
Oh, really? Sure. What is it?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm very passionate about a business that I'm working on that offers essential services. And I called you because, you know, I knew that you might be someone that could help. And really, the reason I'm doing this is, like I mentioned, real estate is a little bit uncertain at the moment. It's causing a lot of stress. And me as a new father and present husband, I'm trying to do my best to add additional income to our house. So I'm very close to a promotion and all I need is just a couple of customers by tomorrow, like as soon as possible. So, Jessica, the favor I wanted to ask is if you could do me a huge favor, just support me and try one of the services. It would really mean the world to me.
Well, of course, if you're up for a promotion, that's incredible. I will do anything in my power to help you. Just, yeah, show me what you need help with, and I'm grateful that you gave me a call.
That's why you're my homie. You're always willing to help. I really
I'm
appreciate
happy
you.
to help.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyway, guys, how did that sound, right? That wasn't so salesy. That wasn't so like, you know, pushy or anything. That was coming from a genuine place. Can you do me a favor? This is why I need your help, right? Let people know what it is and let them know it would mean the world to you. And when you can become transparent and authentic like that, you become unstoppable in this business. And even better, if you want to learn and master some of the services, we're going to be offering some advanced customer trainings once a month. And you're going to just get the best possible mastery of these services, guys, when you become your own customer. I became a customer of everything I possibly could, 8 services in my own household between my wife and I. And what gave me the confidence is starting off being my own customer and then focusing on the ones that I love the most and found that was making the biggest difference and making the most money. So focus in on maybe 2 to 3 services, but start by being your own customer and we'll go over those next steps of the favor, why, help, support as you get better. So I hope that helps you all. You know, this is just a tremendous opportunity to build in this business and know. And now we have the opportunity to hear from another legend in this industry. I'm so blessed to be able to bring her up to the stage and share a lot of the wisdom that she's been able to build and accumulate over the years. She's out of the Michigan marketplace, and she's going to teach us how to be able to build a massive army of customer getters. That's none other than Regional Director out of Michigan, Miss Estella Williams.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Marshall, for that amazing intro and for that amazing training. I'm back here taking all kinds of notes, and I pray that everyone else on the call is doing so as well. That was a phenomenal training. Again, my name is Estella Williams. I'm a regional director here with our company. And as you heard from Mr. Marshall, and a little bit about my background prior to getting involved with the company, I was, literally working 8 to faint, trying to make ends meet. I was working in the mortgage industry. Just a couple of things I was doing was working in the mortgage industry and also working as a professional cosmetologist. But obviously that was, I wasn't having time freedom, but I also wasn't seeing the success I wanted. Along the way, got married. My husband and I today are blessed to be working together in this business and blessing others with this incredible opportunity. And so what I'm going to be sharing with everyone tonight is how to build a team. And so let me ask this question. How many sports enthusiasts do I have on the call with me tonight? Let me see the hands of those who love sports. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So we got some sports fanatics on here. It's not just me. So when you're building a team, how many of us can agree you don't get the scrubs? You don't want scrubs on your team. You want the best of the best because you want to have an amazing team out of the gate. So we're going to launch your business and teach you how to build a team. So right away, when you get started, we want to show you how to, get you some Steph Curry's right out of the gate. So what you're going to do is you're going to get started, grab a handful of customers or services. Obviously, this is a quick start. This is an April quick start bonus that's on the table. As you can see over to the right-hand corner of the screen, there are some services listed there. We're going to show you how to sign up for 5 of those services or get 5 of those services either through yourself or from yourself and family members who support you. Now, congratulations. Once you have 5 services, that's $200. We are also, remember I mentioned Steph Curry. Now, of course, we want some Steph Currys and some other players on our team. So we're going to do a grand opening for you. From your grand opening, we're going to show your business, individuals what you're doing. And from that, we're going to we're going to have 2 other people that's going to get started. Congratulations. We're going to show them how to do what you've done, get 5 services. When they do that, there's an additional, now they're going to earn 200. So that's exciting for them, but you're going to earn an additional 500 for a total of 700. So everybody is extremely excited. Absolutely. So now the way that this all happens is right away out of the gates. What you want to do is you want to book a Zoom right now. So for those of you who are on the call tonight, whether you're a brand new person, if you've been in the business for a while, schedule a Zoom. You want to get with your leader that you're working with, set up the Zoom call, pick a time that works, a date and time that works for you and your presenter. And you want to make a list of 100 names and numbers at a bare minimum. And when you're making that list, do not prejudge. You want to think of some A players. Remember, I mentioned Steph Curry. See, Steph is not a scrub. You want to think about, the Michael Jordans. Think about those bad boys from back in the day. I'm in Michigan, so you want to get you some Isaiah Thomases, and so get you some real deal, players, some A players, business owners, real estate owners. People that are in real estate. How would you love to have a Mr. Marshall on your team? Get some individuals in insurance and some medical professionals. Imagine what your team will look like with those type of people. Also, you want to put people that have network marketing experience, put those people on the list. And also people that earn 100,000 plus, because although they may be working a job, they're working that job as though they own that company. And then put everyone else on there. And after you've made your list, you want to start making invites. Now, I'm sure everybody on this call, you've invited to a party before, you've had some form of event where you've invited people. So you know how to invite, but we're going to teach you how to invite with our system. And the faster you get people invited and put people in front of get people in front of this, the faster your business will grow. So what I'm going to do right now is, here is your winning ticket right now. So not only is it important for you to get you some Steph Curry's, but you also want to get that winning lottery ticket. Now, this is the winning lottery ticket. You want to memorize it. See, Easter just passed this past Sunday. Some of you on this call, either you or some of your kids probably had an Easter speech. So you want to memorize this, just like, and if you didn't, we're adults now, so we probably didn't have to do an Easter speech, but some of the kids, some of your children may have. You want to learn this like they had to learn that Easter speech. So what I want everybody to do is take a picture of this slide. And what I would do right now is I'm going to ask if I could get a volunteer. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask Mr. Jonathan Thomas if he would, if you're available, sir. If you are able to role play with me, that would be great.
Absolutely. I'm ready.
All right. So Mr. Thomas is not just my friend, Mr. Jonathan Thomas. This is my brother from another mother. So when I call him, I'm not going to be weird on the phone. I'm not going to be robotic or fake. So when I call him up, just have you talk like you normally would. Don't sound all scripted and, stiff and crazy. Okay. Ring, ring.
Hey, what's going on, sis? How you doing?
I'm amazingly blessed. Listen, bro, look, how are you doing?
Man, I'm living a dream. I'm living a dream, but I wish I could live it faster, you know what I mean?
Well, look, don't we all? Listen, I only got a minute, but I know this is probably a crazy question, but do you look at other ways of making money this year? Are you looking at other ways of making money this year?
It's absolutely a crazy question. We are in April and I still ain't where I want to be. So yeah, I'm looking for
Okay,
something.
great. Well, listen, maybe I can do something about that because you know the nonsense I've been dealing with, since that car accident. Now I'm going to the doctors 5 times a week, and so that has become my job. So I've been looking at some other ways of starting to, so that's why I started looking, because it's like, this is nonsense. So I'm excited because I actually met an individual that's having massive success expanding an online business dealing with healthcare and essential services. Now, I don't know how I was able to do it, bro, but I actually got him. His name is Mr. Daryl Taylor. Now, I don't know how I was able to do it, but I actually got Mr. Taylor to give me about 20 minutes of his time tomorrow evening at 6:30 on a Zoom call. He's going to just be sharing with me and just a small select group what he's doing. So if I put you down for coming, can I count on you to jump on the call?
Well, sis, I'm interested in meeting this Daryl. It sound pretty sharp. Like a sharp
he
guy.
is.
Yeah,
He is.
yeah. I'm interested.
Absolutely.
But what does he do? Can you tell me a little bit more?
That's an excellent question. That is a great question, as a matter of fact. But as I stated, Mr. Daryl, he's having massive success. He has all of the answers. I really can't even explain to you, what all he's doing. That's why I'm inviting you on the call, because that's a great question, as I stated. But what I can tell you is Mr. Daryl is having massive success. He knows 100% of the information, and based on the success he's having, he's going to be showing us what he's doing. So now, and again, it may or may not even be for you, but again, it's going to be 15 to 20 minutes. So can I put you down as coming, and we can evaluate it together?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. I trust you, and yeah, let's evaluate it together. I'll evaluate it with you. That's fine.
Okay, great. So listen, I can't wait for us to get this information together. Just so you know, you may be getting a reminder call either from Mr. Mr. Taylor, or someone from his office. So if you see a number you don't recognize, please be sure to take the call. Again, it's just a reminder call. I can't wait for you to meet Mr. Taylor. This gentleman is sharp.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Thank you for thinking of me.
Absolutely. So listen, notice I didn't talk about anything about ACN, nowhere in there. Next slide. So now, these are words that don't work. Please remember, in your conversation, see, curiosity is what kills the cat. But here, curiosity saves the cat, because the less you talk, the more the more eyes you get on the business. Less is more here. So the less you talk, the more eyes you get on the business. Because see, when you talk, they think that you're giving them enough information that they can make an educated decision. We know that's not true. So these are words that don't work. Please take a picture so that you can commit this all to. You're not gonna remember all of this stuff. You're not expected to. Please take a picture. $2.99 and plus $25 a month. ADP payroll. Some, they got Intercession and some new company coming out. I don't even know all of it, but I just know this is big. And CNA, they got the name of the company. You know, I can't wait for you to see it. Please, you know, for that reason alone, take a picture and don't do any of this. Thank you. Now, here's your Zoom meeting checklist, ladies and gentlemen, and etiquette. Please send a text reminder to all of your guests 15 minutes prior, because things are prior to the call. But you know, even though they're going to be confirmed by your speaker, you want, because you again want to get that list over to your speaker so that they can confirm your guests. You want to still make sure that you, the host, send that reminder, because the people get busy. Also, make sure you have a professional background, or if you're in your background, you don't have hanging clothes and just all kind of nonsense and things going on. Make sure you're professional, your background is professional. Have your camera on, because your guests are watching you. I want you all to imagine what this looks like with me sitting up here trying to be on a presentation with you all. And how professional is that my camera is turned off? And how much would you be entertained? How much would you be involved in? If I set up and built this man as the Michael Jordan of this business, and then I turn my camera off, how much would you think it was important to have yours on? How does, you know, I de-edified the speaker by doing that. Make sure that your lights are on. Test your microphone and your camera, and welcome your guests as they come on. Welcome, JT. You know, you're coming on. Welcome, Jennifer. Welcome, George. Welcome. I'm glad you were able to make it. Introduce them to the presenter. Make sure that you ask them to hold their questions to the end, because you don't want the presenter having to ask them. When you don't want them blurting out questions and interrupting the speaker, and the speaker having to say, "Could you hold your question?" Don't make your presenter be the bad guy, because you want everyone to like your speaker. Pay attention to the speaker and make sure there are no distractions and no disruptions. Put dogs in the bed, cats outside, children in the field. But whatever you need to do, get everybody where they need to be and prepare for massive success and have a lot of fun. So this is your call to action. Let's complete your Zoom meeting within the next 24 to 48 hours. And so, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to bring back up to the digital stage the gentleman who needs no introduction. He has been blown up the charts time and time again. He is one of the most humble people I know. And I call him my brother. Not only do I call him that, he is my brother, and spiritually as well as in life. So this time I bring back to the line top producing regional vice president, soon to be senior vice president, Mr. JT Thomas. Mr. Thomas, the call is back over to you, sir.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Stella. Didn't she do an incredible job showing us how to build a team and share the opportunity? And, you know, Mr. Stella, thank you so much for all you do, your leadership. We appreciate you. And I just want to thank all of the trainers, all of the people that spoke. And I want to thank you guys for attending tonight, because I know you could be doing something else, but you care about your future and you're here tonight. So I want to thank you as well. Guys, we're going to close out the training, but I'm going to do the last topic, which in my opinion, you guys hear me say this all the time. In my opinion, this is the most important topic, because getting customers to me is simple. Getting business partners actually is pretty simple. It's not hard. Okay? It's not hard to convince somebody that, you know, getting paid on people paying bills. Listen, I pay bills. That wasn't a hard conversation for me. All of this stuff that we talked about tonight, it made sense. Can we all agree by show of hands? Does this make sense? I've never had one person tell me this doesn't make sense. Not one. And I've been in this business for 11 years. And trust me when I tell you, I've met them all. I'm talking about from the person who doesn't make any money to the person who's a billionaire. I've talked to many people in this business, and not one single person has told me it doesn't make sense. So guys, when we talk about mindset, the only thing that will get you off track is your mind, how you perceive things. The first thing you want to do is you want to make a decision tonight. You know, the first decision is, I think that's the simple one. The first decision is, I'm going to do this, right? That's the first decision, because when I first looked at it, it didn't take me long to make that decision. I said, hello, I got to pay these bills for 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Oh my gosh. And you mean to tell me you can teach me how to get free electricity in Texas, in Houston? and it's going to be summertime, that wasn't a hard conversation. Make a decision. But the second decision tonight, that's the one I think people have a problem with. And that's the decision to win. That's the decision to go all the way. That's the decision to take care of your family and take care of generations through this opportunity and getting your time freedom. That decision you need to make tonight if that's one of the things you want to do. Number two, you want to determine your why. Write this down. If you're new tonight, you want to write down, why are you doing this? Why do you need to see success? Make sure you write that down. Why do I need this to work? Write that down. Somebody put that in the chat. Why do you need this to work? Not why do you want it to work? See, I got some individuals that are on my team and they do well financially. And when we had this conversation, they said, JT, I do well financially. I said, okay, great. Let me see. Let's see. Why are you doing the business? And they said, well, you know, just for extra money. I said, oh, yeah. Okay, that's great. But can you see your family anytime you want? How's your life at home? Is your parents still working? And they said, no, JT. I said, well, there's your why right there. That's why you need it to work. So be coachable, guys. Be coachable to those who are sharing the opportunity with you, your leaders, because they've seen success in the business. And then you want to make sure you have a great work ethic. Bring a work ethic. Commit to what it is that you're saying you're going to do long before the feeling fades. And then you want to never quit. You want to think long term. Now, is it okay if I teach you guys how this goes when you first start the business? So when everyone has this happen, is it okay if I teach you before it even happens to you guys? You new people that are on the call, before this happens, I want to teach you exactly what I went through when I first started the business, okay? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the emotional roller coaster. You're going to be on a high because ACN makes sense. There's new bonuses, new money, there's new services, there are big partnerships, publicly traded companies, ADP, right? So you're on a high right now. You like this, I'm invincible. And then when you call your friend, your best friend, or maybe even a parent, somebody you even may respect, and they tell you, I don't know if this is going to work or if that's for you. Now you're down again. You're like, oh man, I don't know if this is going to work. You call your mentor and you say, I talked to my best friend and I don't know. They said it may not work for me. And then you talk to your mentor and your mentor is like, yeah, but does your best friend is your best friend living a lifestyle that you can say you want to live? And then you're like, nah, not at all. Okay, so now you're on a high again. And then you call someone and maybe they say they don't want to be your customer. Well, then you talk to someone else. You talk to someone like Jessica earlier, and she's a friendly person who just wants to support you. And then she's like, of course, I'll be your customer. And not only I'll be a customer to one service, I'll be a customer to every service you could give me. See, ladies and gentlemen, that is what you call the roller coaster. There's ups and downs in business, any business. Just ask any business owner. I know there's business owners on the call, you know, Mr. David, you know, Mr. Alex, I know he's a business owner. They will tell you there's ups and downs in business. They probably put out a fire just before you got on the call, right? This is happening in business, guys. So just understand, just keep the bar down and just make sure you ride the roller coaster, okay? Now, your mindset in this business is understand that not everybody's going to be a red and ready to go. They're not always going to be a yes right away. Some people may be a maybe, and then there's other people that we talked about that are going to be negative, and that's okay. Just simply look for the red apples. You want to sort, not sell people. Don't sell anybody on why this business can work for them. Just know that it will work for you and you can be a champion. Now, there's a 4-step system in this business. The first thing is attending a quick start training. Now, that's like a training tonight. This is what we call quick start training. The second step is you want to get qualified. Remember, we said customer qualified. Remember that. You want to get customer qualified, and then you want to set a Zoom meeting for yourself after this call. The third step in the training is you want to make sure you attend a Friday night leadership class, because when you attend that class, you'll understand why we are the #1 team in the entire company for the last 16 years straight. And then the next thing is, by all means, the biggest. It's you want to attend local events, but not only local events, you want to attend a national event, guys. And as I talk about the national event, this is why you want to attend. And then I'll be right back. I'm going to play a quick video. It's going to share with you why the next national event is key. And then I'll be right back.
If you want to see 2024 be all that more for you and your family, elevate yourself, elevate your mind.
People are absolutely fired up to change their lives after seeing everything that they came to see. The convention has done its job.
When you come to these events, let me tell you what's going to happen. ACN is going to get inside of you.
You are 100% at the right place.
We are fired up. Training, recognition. This is absolutely amazing.
If you can't get better here, where thousands of people want you to get better, where are you going to go to get better?
You are already Senior Vice President Platinums. You are leaders. You already are successful. You have to believe it first, and then it will happen. You have to be before it is.
So you have to be before it is, and that event is the Elevate event, Cleveland, Ohio. That's the next Elevate event, June 22nd, June 23rd. Make sure you mark your calendars. Go ahead and get registered. Get your accommodations set before then. And as we close out, there is a Houston Impact event. I'm excited about it. More details on that, but just make sure you mark your calendar for April the 20th, Saturday. Make sure you mark your calendar today. April the 20th in Houston. There are other events. We'll have those up. We'll give you the details later, but understand, mark that on your calendar, guys. I'm excited about that event. And the last thing I want to say is call to action. When we get off of this call, make sure you get into your breakout rooms and go ahead and work on a plan to get yourself qualified tonight. All right. The second thing is you want to learn, practice that invite. Set a Zoom meeting for yourself. So when you get off of this call, you'll know exactly what to say to help people understand and see this business in the right light. And then the third thing, of course, is making sure you register for that next event, guys. So I'm excited. Thank you, guys. I'm excited for this month. It's a good thing we started this training off for the first of the month, the second of the month. So I'm excited for April. We're second quarter in. I'm going to be that Steph Curry on the second quarter. I'm going to make sure we make it. Okay, so all of you guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you and appreciate all of you do. Thank you, leaders, for an amazing training. And we're going to jump into some breakout rooms. God bless everybody. Have a good night.